You know, coming out of prison, you really don't get second chances. I mean, you got to fight and struggle for everything you've done. And, Stray Rescue, they offered me a job before I even got out of prison. They've opened opportunities up for me that was endless. I mean, there's nothing I can't do, here at Stray Rescue. And, I couldn't have done it without you guys, because Stray Rescue is 100% family. And, we don't get those second chances, and you guys offered it to us. My story begins with I did some pretty bad stuff as younger, and they wound up giving me 10 years with 85%. Wound up going to prison, to a maximum security prison. There's the gang life in prison and all that. You just kind of learn to veer away from all that and just stay positive and focus on what's right. And that's pretty much how I coped with everything. So how I become part of Puppies for Parole was I got an interview, and I was one of the first guys that was accepted into the P4P program back in 2014. Dogs was a big part of my life, growing up, and I had them before I left home. And being lonely in prison, it's kind of a big thing, being able to hold dogs. And my first dog and the training experience that I went through was her name was Jellyfish, and she was a gorgeous black and white pit bull. She was pretty dog reactive, and I didn't have very much training experience. And all in all, Jellyfish wound up turning out to be a really good dog. She's a underwater rescue dog now, up in the Ozarks. What more could you ask for being your first dog? And then once I got the feeling of all that, I wanted more. I became the president of the association there, and everybody kind of looked up to me, because I was the longest standing person there. It was probably some of the best times of my life, being able to get the experience training dogs. It don't get no better than that. Working with the Stray Rescue trainers was probably one of the most awesome things I've done in a while, because they were arms wide open to us. They helped us in everything we needed. They taught me how to train dogs. Without them, I wouldn't be where I am right now. There's a big dog named Huna. He was probably 100 pounds. He came to me as a puppy, but he was still a full-grown dog as a pup. And they wound up wanting him to be a therapy dog. And we started training him. Wound up going to St. Louis University, I think, to work with the kids. And that's hands down probably the number one for me. When I got out of prison, Stray Rescue, they offered me a job, and I was just ecstatic. I didn't even go nowhere else, but the first place I went was to Stray Rescue, straight out of prison, after McDonald's. But this was my first stop, and I just wanted to see everybody, and just kind of see where things was and what I needed to do, because I'd been gone from home so long that I really didn't know how to do things anymore. So I had to start all over. But when I walked in the doors of Stray Rescue, it was like arms wide open. It was just, I got hugs. Everybody knew who I was, and the next day I started work. I hit the ground running. My world is better now than what it was before I left to go to prison. I had a good life then, but now it's just like tenfolds. I'm not the only one, that's here at this facility now. We've got he was my cellie, for year and a half, maybe 2 years, Ali Schulzman. Great guy. Great leadership skills. He's working just fine here. He's been here for a long time now, and his parole's going good. He's got a home. He's got a baby. I mean, that just shows, your hard work, what it does. It pays off in the end. There's a lot to life, and you just don't want to let it go because life moves too fast. We're parolees. I mean, we're not supposed to make it in society, is what most people say, but we are going to make it because we got the determination.